Okay, we are gonna jump back into the game, and I forget what I have to do today. So I'm gonna go take a quick look and refresh my memory. I know the tide just came, right? No, we've already had a full day of the tide. Okay, so I went in, I cleared out the village. I'm so glad I marked these. I went here, I cleared out those enemies. So we're gonna just go right back to here. We do have a, what is it, the Heavy Helix or Crier artifact? Banshee hunt, which is the Crier artifact. I have a lot of these all selected just in case we get to it. The big thing I'm gonna do is go get the data watch and the Heavy Helix, and then the Heavy Helix there. These two are my main points. If I get through these two and I have time, I'll come here, do this, and when I do this, I can pop over here and go do that 4 real quick, which is a case that's going to have enemies around it. So I've kind of got a lot of missions all closely together, and I don't know what order I'm going to do them in. But getting the Heavy Helixes for mission 1 is the main focus. We are not really... Oh, I didn't even select it. Okay, never mind. Okay, cool. That helps. That was only a minute, so I'm not going to bother reloading. We're going to go back through Balaki Village and just go right to the factory map. And I did 6 a.m. instead of 7 because we've already kind of cleared the walkway from here to over there, so we can have it a little bit darker. And you can see here, like, it's not super dark. So some of the times when I'm debating on 6 or 7 right in the village, I probably could do 6. I just usually prefer not to risk it. Oh, I need to eat some food real quick. I'll leave that one there for now. Alright, we're gonna run across, watching the anomaly. Of course, this is one that is not, like, so the dome, if it's here, if you run into it, it could knock you into the red lake. This one here, all it'll do is do damage, so not as bad. Obviously still preferring to not walk in it. And I'm watching for web anomalies. At some point I might climb up there and see if we have a case up there, but I'm not gonna mess with it right now. I kind of want to go. This mission is gonna take a while because of the electric anomalies. Of course, I say all of this big build up to it, and it's random, so every now and then it isn't as difficult because they actually give you a path in. Is that a mimic? No, that's a seeker. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. At first it looked like it was walking like a mimic soldier. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save this in all 3 spots. So I have a good one here, and I'm gonna put on the helmet because this map is crazy. Not as crazy as the tank. Okay, so we're gonna go right back where we were, which is over here. It's only 7 a.m., so waking up at 6 basically allowed us to walk over. The enemies we took out guarding the watch should still be dead. There's no rift here. And we got some of the soldiers on the bridge, but there's still a lot of seekers and fragments and phantoms. Those are the ones that are kind of a lot around here. So, I am going to have my Beretta on. I actually think I will take off my helmet just because it is very distracting for me. And I am going to try to see if my pathway up to here is clear. You kind of want to stop every so, like, move up, kind of see where you're free and not. So we cannot go over there. I usually come in this side. Every now and then, this entire pathway is full where you can't get through. And so then you have to find another way into the structure. But this is the way I like to go. I'm gonna do save spot 4 as I make my way in. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye. I see a phantom up there. I just want to make sure there's no seekers or mimics that are going to run up on me as I'm doing this. Okay, so we can't go over there. I'd like to go underneath there. I just want to kind of make sure my pathway is clear. You could also try to go in over there. I'm going to start trying this way, and then let me give this. I'm going to do 3 as well and try to have 4 be the one that I save. Because, like, you're going to make it to a certain point, save. Make it to a certain point, save. Because if you hit an electric one, your gun flings into it, and then you can't grab it, and then you have to go back to your last save. So the more you save, the more it spares you from having to redo the progress you make. Okay, so far this is actually not too bad. I'm used to it. I'm used to not even be able to get this, to being able to not even get this far. Okay, so we want to go there, which is where I was expecting. And can I go over there? Now, sometimes... Oh, of course there's a frickin' stomper. Really? I am not going to do well. Okay. Of course. So, a lot of times when I come to do this mission, you can't even make it this far without hitting electric. So, I'm gonna do save spot 4. I'm hoping that we actually luck out. Now, the people that we took out are usually guarding the watch. The watch doesn't click, so we need to also be looking for that as we do this mission. Okay, we can't go there. We want to go over here. Can we go under there? Okay, that one we can go under. Now, sometimes you'll see that, like, not go underneath. Oh. Sometimes those anomalies sound like the stomper. So I want to try to go over here. Can't go under there. We can't go there. Can I go here? Oh, shoot. Alright, let me reload. We'll go there. Okay. That was not a good idea. Can I go this way? We're gonna try to see if I can go around this. Okay, they're in that path. Alright, I'm gonna do this as a new save spot 4. The watch is right there. I'm gonna give it a save. I was about to... I just want to check this. Oh, I want to make sure it doesn't go into that dome. Okay. That is the heavy helix. So we have the one we need. I dropped the detector right there. Okay, so we have the mission for the one that we need to find 3 of done. Now we need to go... There is another artifact here, which I also want to get. Can I get to there? Okay, I have to go a little bit over to the side here. Avoid that dome. And then try to get where I can grab it. Okay, so we've got the 2 main missions. I'm going to give it a save because this path is our path back. But I want to see if I can get these other ones while I'm in here. This is now kind of bonus. If I can't get to this, it's further that way. You know what? I would rather get the other missions. Oh. Let me see what I can do. I can't go there. Let me see if I can go here. Okay, we got that one. Let me give it a save. I'm gonna do 3 just in case I can't find my way out. I know I need to go back over that way. And this is actually back in that direction. Right? Where is it? I should see where... Okay, I can't... I was like, I remember there being one in the pathway here. Alright, so I'm back where that 4 was, but I'm still going to replace 3 with that. Where's the dome? Okay, I'm going to see if I can go here. Okay, so we got a couple regular helixes as well. I'm going to just keep this safe spot 3. If I can go out this way, that would be easier. But I don't remember where the electric was. I'm going to keep saving in 3 because, okay, so the electric is there. And what about there? Now, since that one sparked up, it takes a little bit before you can spark it again. So the first time I threw that, it looked like it was fine. That doesn't necessarily mean it's okay. Am I able to get out here? It just means that I had already recently sparked it up. And that just sounded really bad. Okay, there's the seeker. I think I'm out. Let me get away from this. All right, I'm going to do a save spot 4. And let's go ahead and take out the seeker. Okay. Alrighty. So, 1 heavy helix done out of 3. Now, it's still red because we need the other 2. We could go do Operation Cleanup, but let's actually go get this one first. And then if we have time, we'll come back up here and go do the Operation Cleanup. I'm going to save this in 3 and 4. And then we're gonna go. I would like to be able to get that mimic sniper that is up there so I don't have to deal with him. I'm gonna kind of get behind this wall and put my scope on. But I don't want to spend forever on this, so if I can't get him because he ducks down and then it gets really difficult to find where he's at, then I'm just gonna skip. Oh, he's not even forward anyways. If I shoot, does he come out? No. Alright, what if I get... I would really like to take him out. Ah, there he is. Got him. Awesome. Okay. I do want to eventually have enough money to pay for the recoil to be minimized, but that's all right. Okay, so now we can go over and go down the way we usually do. Let me actually go ahead and change out this and refill this real quick. All right. Give a save. And we can also now climb up the sniper tower. Sometimes there will be a case of weapons up there, as well as there's an artifact field at the base. A lot of times when I find new regen crystals, they're there. But we now don't need to worry about him in there. And you know what? I know I gave saves over there, but I'm actually going to save here. I'm going to do 2, 3, and 4. Because if this all goes to heck, then I have a good spot to just reload from where I have the first objective done. So we're going down here. We don't have to worry about him. I'm going to wait to loot that until we're done. So I'm just going to go and get the heavy helix, which is not that far down here. While I'm waiting for my stamina to come up. Well, thank you for making yourself known. I appreciate that. I got 2 seekers in 1, because I was just aiming for him. Okay, I'm gonna give it a save in 4. Alrighty, and I should probably change this out. Just because I'm at a really good safe location. And we're gonna do a save 4. And what does my gun look like? Not much at all. Okay. So we need to go up into that crazy structure there. Of course there's a stomper. Let me try to avoid him. Again, he kind of goes in a path, but sometimes he can change direction. But it sounds like he's continuing that way. So even though you think you're in the clear, you still kind of, while you hear it, you still want to kind of keep an eye on it in case he comes back. So we need to go up into that structure, and that's where the heavy helix is. Now, sometimes this has, so there's usually 2 up there, and then every now and then, like when they have the heavy helix, they add a 3rd. Most of them are up there. Every now and then I've had this click down here when I'm done. So, something to keep in mind. I am going to have my Beretta. I'm going to go climb up here. Oh, wait, hold on. Where it was clicking really fast. Alright. Yeah, so that's all for up there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because there's been times I always thought it was up there, and then the whole time it was on the ground, and I was like looking all over for it, and I couldn't find it. Make sure you have a good grip with one hand before you let go with the other. Okay, and I'm gonna have this. Give it a save, and go up to here? I've never tried. No, okay. Alright, so it's right up there. When we first started playing this game, it didn't have those little webs come out of it. So there were so many times it would, like, find something and we would not know where it was. And we'd be sitting there trying to find it. Let me give it a save and save spot 4. Okay, so I think it's gonna be over there. So I'm gonna go back. To there. Let's go climb back over here. Again, you want to make sure you have a good grip before you let go. I'm doing snap turn to get to this side of the ladder. Dropping down. We're gonna go over here. We've got enough headroom or else I would be ducking. Oh, does it want us to go over here? I think it's over here. Good thing I rechecked. Okay, this is the heavy helix. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a save. And now I think it wants us to go over near that truck, because the truck is what was green when I was over there. Yeah. Now this one you could do one of two ways. You can either do like monkey bars or you can climb on top of it. I'm gonna climb on top of it, but I did want to point out that like I've seen both. You kind of want to just hold on to it until you get it underneath your feet. And then pull yourself over. I'm not close enough yet. And then pull yourself over. And then we've got a installation. This is one that you just sell. It doesn't really do anything. All right, we're done. So we found some really good artifacts. Oh, dang it. I'm surprised that dome didn't shoot me back. That is where I did not have a good grip before I let go. Okay. And then here you're going to grab and put your feet on the ladder before you let go. And then come over here. Over here. I'm going to duck just to be on the safe side. Grab here. Snap turn to go around. Grab. Don't let go until you know you have it with the other hand. Scoot over to here. And there we go. Alright, so let me give it a save. We're going to go ahead right back to the sniper tower that we cleared out. And we're going to go search the artifacts underneath it. Climb up it. I'll do a save before I climb up because that ladder is really creepy. And if there's really nothing good up there, then it's not worth trying to climb back down. But, and then we'll go over and do the other one. So we now have this done, this done. They're still red because we have a third one in the other map. And we're going to go try to do this one. But I'm going to give it a save when I'm here in case this ends up taking more time than I would like. Because I'm not as familiar with that area. And I know that a lot of those buildings are where all those mimics are that we had to take out for the factory mission. And I do not want to deal with all of them today. So if that's going to lead to us going to those buildings, then I'll do that a different day so we can get mission 1 turned in along with the data recovery. So it's already 2:20. I need to get around to the other side of the ladder from these anomalies here. We don't need to worry about him shooting at us. At first I thought it was a spawn, but that's actually the anomalies making noise. There's usually some shotgun slugs or shells. I don't know which one those are. There. I just finished that one can of food, so I should have a backup. Or did I eat my backup too? Either way, I've got candy bars and soda, so I think I'm fine. But just knowing that I've already finished a can. And there's a letter here. I'm gonna give it a save. And again, if you always want to kind of look at what side the hatch is on, so you don't have to change the sides of the ladder when you get all the way up there. And it's just, you know, when you have a grip, use that hand to pull up and make sure it's pulling up before you let go of your other one. That's how you know that you have a good grip on it. All right. Oh, so there is a case there. That case is also random. So sometimes you'll come up here and all you get is like a letter or a box of ammo, and it's like, it just isn't worth it. In this case, we're definitely going to keep this one. Even though there's really not much in there. There's enough here. Again, usually if it's just a box of ammo, it's like that just is not worth it. All right. So now we're going to come out. And again, make sure you use that hand to move you up and down the ladder before you let go of the other. Okay, let me give it a save. All right, so I definitely think it's too late to go over and do the operation cleanup. So I am gonna just take the time and do the artifacts here. I want to kind of see where I can get a good opening in, because usually it's like right in the middle there. Sometimes you have a pathway in from the other side. I'm kind of wondering if that's close enough. I'm gonna give it a try. If anything, I'm gonna lean a little close to the distortion. Okay, yeah, I made it a little bit in, so that's fine. All right, I'm just gonna run through here. Oh. I keep putting it on the other side. That barely did any damage. Okay, so where is this other one? I'm gonna give it a save here. And here's a regen. As I said, this is usually a good field to find them in. Not always, but if you're gonna find new regens, they're usually in this one. I was about to throw there. That would have been bad. And we can just go right out here. That's the way we could have come in. I just wasn't patient. Okay, we are done in here. Let me give this a save. We're going to save that operation cleanup mission for another day because it's getting late. And I might end up going and getting the other heavy helix and Pervame route. I don't know because I haven't really cleared that area yet. We'll go back to the village base. We still haven't searched that last house. And we haven't searched the sewer pipe. So, and we could also do this one here, get the crier artifact. So I might do that instead, because going to Pervame route, where this is at, oh, actually, we really won't have that many enemies there. And then we could get the 3,000 instead of the 1,000. I don't know. I gotta watch out for the web anomalies. Let's see. We'll go back to where the pathway is and decide. It's only 420, and we could use a night eye and just go do that. I just hate doing an initial clear out of a map in the dark, even with a night eye. But the Perfume route map is so easy that really clearing out Mimic Police and fragments aren't that bad in the dark. I don't know. It'd be really nice if my stamina would come back faster. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Also, that other map has a different time of when it gets darker. I think it gets darker sooner. Oh my god, I can't remember which one's first. It would be really nice though to get the heavy helix done. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to here and give it a save in all 3 spots. I'm gonna go back to the base, quickly drop stuff off, and go give it a try. If it gets too dark, then I'm gonna just reload from here and go finish looting the rest of the stuff, or even potentially doing the crier mission. So I'm gonna save this here. Oh, wrong one. And then I'm gonna go back to the base and go to Perfume route and give this a shot. Because it would, since we got the 2 from the harder map, it would be really nice to get the easy one done and be able to turn it in and get all of the money that we need. Okay, I'm gonna just go in here and drop this right here. All of this stuff that is going to add a lot of weight to the bag. Oh, I did not mean to do the rod. Drop that and drop these. Okay, give it a save. I'm only gonna do there just in case something weird glitches. And then 7, 6, 5, 10. Yeah, we'll go give this a shot. I'm just curious if this looks lighter or darker than where we were. Actually, it's not too much different. I'm gonna use my Beretta to try to save the other ammo. You see those fragments over there because we haven't been to this map yet. I just want to go to that gas structure and go get the heavy helix. They shouldn't spawn enemies in for that, so it's just gonna be the regular enemies. We just haven't cleared anyone out. If I see any fragments or... Oh, I need to wait for my stamina. Come here. Let me hold with 2 hands. Trying to do it one-handed when you have just the little fragment core makes it very difficult. So if you find that your shot is kind of recoiling, you want to hold it with 2 hands to stabilize it more. Alright, we're gonna come here and kind of see, like, there's usually a lot of fragments and phantoms around here. So we're gonna kind of let them get here first. Let me give it a save. There. I'm about to save over the Balaki Village one. Oh. Haha. You missed me. Sucks to be you. Alright. I did see the fragment in the distance, but I don't want to wait forever. They will come up on the structure, but they're pretty easy to take out even while balancing up here. So I don't want to wait forever. So I'm just going to go get started on this, and this is going to get interesting. Okay, now the other two will be in the houses. Okay, let me give this a save here. Come on, there we go. Alright, so that means the heavy helix is going to be in the last one. Let me give this a save. Kind of keep an eye out for any mimics or spawns. Or not, well, mimics, but fragments and spawns is what I meant. Alright, now we have this mission done. And it's still not going to show done because I dropped the 2 off at the base, which is fine. Okay, we got him. Let me give it a save. And keep going. The only thing that would really suck is if the mimic police in the tank area were to come out from here. Because I can deal with fragments and spawns kind of growling at me, but dodging bullets up here gets a little bit tricky. And we want to go over to here. And then over to here. Okay, and then I'd like to get up to this ledge and take the gas mask so I can kind of see who all is coming at me. And I went ahead and held that one two-handed to make it easier. I'm not going to worry about that crate on the top of the car because we are going to go do the other mission in the factory right at that entrance. Probably the next day, so I know I'll be back there to check it. So really, I'm just heading back. I'd like to see if there's an orange case, since I'm right here anyways, and I'll check in that shed as I go back, and then I'll go grab that gun that is in that emergency stash. I'm not seeing the orange crate, so this one doesn't have it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and hold the night eye just to make it. Now we don't need to worry about web anomalies, but I do know I saw some anomalies. This just helps me see if there's any fragments or spawns. There's an anomaly there. And is that blocking the way? Hold on, I need to take this off. It's kind of putting a glare because of my headlamp. So a good thing there isn't a case in there because we might be able to grab it if we get close enough and have the HUD indicator, but it's a little bit harder than, you know, because that anomaly is there blocking it. We're gonna go here and go over to this little post here. And that fragment that was way over there, I don't think he's walking this way. Actually, I'm going to save this for another day. I'm not going to stop for it. But he could, like I do have my headlamp on and it's dark, so he could start to walk his way over, which is fine. If he does, I will take him out. So I put the night eye away. I just kind of want to. Alrighty. And you can see it's still daylight here. So I'm just gonna. And in training, it teaches you that when you have a circle, you hit the trigger and it changes it to a square, and then you hit grip and that brings it up. Just thought I should reiterate how I do that. And I think that's good. All right. Turn the headlamp off. Let's go turn all this in. And I'm going to give it a quick save just in case something weird happens. So we have the $3,000 one where we have the 3 heavy helixes. 1. Ah, here's our other can of food right there. 2 and 3. $3,000, and then we have the watch. And then we still have these 3 left. And then this triangle is worth, I think, if I remember right, like 900. And then this other one here is worth a lot. I forget which one is which. I'll go do that in the next video. I'm going to stop this here and then do my usual wrap-up video.